Hi everyone and welcome to my channel English Fluency Lab, where I help you improve your English language skills. Friends, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you can convert 18 common basic English phrases into business English. Now friends, it is very important that if you're a working professional, that you use the right verbiage in a professional environment. So this video is going to be very helpful for people who are working and also for students who are about to begin their careers. So shall we get started? Let's go. Let's look at basic English phrase number 1. Can you do this? Right? Now a better way in a professional environment would be, could you please handle this? Could you please handle this? And the reason is, friends, in a business environment, it's important to be polite and respectful. When making requests, using please adds a level of politeness, and handle this task sounds more formal than do this. Right? So handle this is more formal than do this. So instead of can you do this, in a work environment you can say, could you please handle this? Okay, let's move on to number 2. I don't know. Now the very sound of it is very abrupt and rude. Don't you agree? A better way of saying this would be, I'm not certain at the moment, but I'll find out. I'm not certain at the moment, but I'll find out. Now friends, saying I don't know can come across as dismissive or unhelpful. Yes, I said that in the beginning. Now, it's crucial to show initiative and willingness to provide answers. Now, this phrase acknowledges your current lack of knowledge, but demonstrates a proactive attitude. Demonstrates a proactive attitude. Now, friends, that's very important in a professional environment. You need to be seen as proactive and not somebody who keeps on saying that I don't know about this, right? So, demonstrating a proactive attitude is very important. And hence, you can say, I'm not certain at the moment, but I'll find out. Let's move on to number 3. I'll do it later. Okay, simple basic English phrase. And how can you say it better? You can say, I'll prioritize this and complete it as soon as possible. I'll prioritize this and complete it as soon as possible. Right? I mean, if you tell your supervisor, I'll do it later. Right? Now that may sound very rude. But if you tell your supervisor, I'll prioritize this and complete it as soon as possible, sounds so much better. Right? In business, it's vital to show you are managing your time effectively and taking tasks seriously. Now, this phrase indicates that you understand the importance of the task and are committed to addressing it promptly. Right? Let's move on to number 4. That's not my job. Right? That's not my job. Again, sounds very direct, sounds very rude. Now, even if that is not your job, right? That is not part of what you're being paid for. A better way of saying it would be, I'll see if I can assist or find the appropriate person to help. I'll see if I can assist or find the appropriate person to help. You will be seen as, this phrase is so much more better, right? Responding with that's not my job can seem uncooperative. It's better to show a collaborative spirit by demonstrating a willingness to support your team and find a solution, even if the task isn't directly within your responsibility, right? So that is point number 4. Let's go on to number 5. I can't help you. Now, how can you say this better? I can't help you. Let me direct you to someone who can assist you. That sounds so much better. Let me direct you to someone who can assist you. Now, saying I can't help you might leave the person feeling abandoned. In business, providing a solution or an alternative is key. This phrase offers a constructive response, showing that you care about the person's needs and are committed to finding help. Right? Now, maybe your situation is true. You can't help the person. But what are you doing in the second phrase? You're saying, let me direct you to someone who can assist you. You come across as so much more helpful. Right? And this can really assist you in your overall perception in the organization. Okay, let's move on to number 6. I'm busy right now. Right? Now, fairly a neutral statement, I'm busy right now. But how can you say it better? I'm currently engaged in another task. Can we schedule a time to discuss this? I'm currently engaged in another task. Can we schedule a time to discuss this? Now, I'm busy right now might seem abrupt. Instead, explaining your current engagement and suggesting a specific time to address the issue shows that you value the person's concern while managing your priorities effectively. So you can say the same thing this way by saying, I'm currently engaged in another task. Can we schedule a time to discuss this? All right, let's move on to number 7. It's not good enough. Now, how can you say that better? right? Now, let's say you're a supervisor and one of your team members has bought a presentation to you, right? And you say it's not good enough. How do you think he or she would feel? They would feel bad, right? Right? You're being very direct. How can you say the same thing in a better way? This needs improvement to meet our standards. This needs improvement to meet our standards. Now, why do I say that? It's not good enough can sound harsh and demotivating. That's what I told you in the beginning. The business English alternative is more constructive and sets a clear expectation, encouraging better performance without being overly critical, right? And this sounds very critical. It's not good enough, right? You may demotivate the person. But instead you can say, this needs improvement to meet our standards. All right. So that is number 7. Let's move on to number 8. I need a raise, right? Now, a very common basic English phrase which is used in the corporate sector in a professional environment. You want a salary hike, you need a raise. But what's a better way to say this? A better way is, I'd like to discuss my compensation based on my performance and contributions. I'd like to discuss my compensation based on my performance and contributions. Now, friends, I need a raise is very direct and seems a bit blunt. By framing it as a discussion about your performance, you show that you're open to dialogue and basing a request on merit, which is more likely to be well received, right? I mean, you are connecting your performance and your raise, right? And the chances are that your supervisor will be willing to discuss this more rather than just saying, I need a raise, right? Let's move on to number 9. Number 9, this is a bad idea. Again, doesn't it sound rude? Doesn't it sound absolutely direct? And, the person you are communicating with, won't he feel bad? So what's a better way of saying this? I'm concerned about the potential risks. Can we evaluate the alternatives? I'm concerned about the potential risks. Can we evaluate the alternatives? Now, saying this is a bad idea can be discouraging. Instead, showing concern about potential risks and suggesting an evaluation of alternatives demonstrates that you consider different perspectives and are willing to find the best solution together, right? So instead of saying this is a bad idea, you can use I am concerned about the potential risks. Can we evaluate the alternatives? Let's move on to number 10. All right. So number 10 is I don't like it. I don't like it. What is a better way of saying it? I have some reservations. Can we explore other options? I have some reservations. Can we explore other options? Now, saying I don't like it is subjective and unhelpful. By providing a constructive critique and opening the door for discussion and improvement, you make the conversation more productive, right? So if you see how this is so much better in a corporate environment, I have some reservations. Can we explore other options? Let's move on to number 11. 11, the basic English phrases. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Right? Let's look at the business English alternative. Can you explain your reasoning behind this action? Can you explain your reasoning behind this action? Now, friends, asking why did you do that can come across as accusatory. Instead, seeking to understand the thought process behind a decision is much more respectful and productive. So instead of directly asking why did you do that, can you please explain your reasoning behind this action sounds so much better. Don't you agree? Let's move on to number 12. That's wrong. That's wrong. Sounds very direct, isn't it? How can you say this better in business English? You can say, there seems to be an error. Let's review it together. There seems to be an error. Let's review it together. Now, stating that's wrong is not helpful. Suggesting a joint review encourages collaboration and problem solving, making the correction process more cooperative, right? So instead of saying that's wrong, there seems to be an error. Let's review it together. All right, let's move on to number 13. I'll try. But what's a better way of saying it? I will do my best to accomplish this. I will do my best to accomplish this. Right? Sounds so much better than I'll try. Now, I'll try can sound uncertain. Showing commitment and confidence in your ability to complete the task is more reassuring in a business environment. Right? So if you say, I will do my best to accomplish this to your supervisor or your line manager, right? He will definitely have the confidence that you will do the task rather than saying, I'll try. Okay. Let's move on to number 14. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Now, what can be a better way of saying this in a professional environment? Let's identify what went wrong and how we can resolve it. Let's identify what went wrong and how we can resolve it. Now, friends, saying it's not my fault sounds like you are blaming others and can create conflict. Instead, fostering a more cooperative and solution-oriented environment is more productive, right? So rather than saying it's not my fault, say, let's identify what went wrong and how we can resolve it. All right, let's move on to number 15. I need more time. I need more time. A better way of saying this is, I require additional time to complete this thoroughly. I require additional time to complete this thoroughly, right? Now there are so many instances in our work environment when we are not able to complete a task and when we need more time. And when you say I need more time, and instead of that, if you say I require additional time to complete this thoroughly, means that you want to do a perfect job, and for that you want the additional time. Okay, this is such a better way of saying it. Now, requesting more time is a straightforward manner, can be perceived as lack of planning, right? And you don't want to be seen as a lack of somebody who has lack of planning. By explaining that additional time is needed to ensure thorough completion, you emphasize your commitment to quality work. That's what I said, right? That you want to give it your best, right? So that is number 15. Let's move on to number 16. I don't understand. I don't understand. A better way of saying that would be, could you clarify that for me? Could you clarify that for me? Now, I don't understand can feel abrupt. Asking for clarification is more polite and shows that you're actively seeking to comprehend the information, right? So that is number 16. Moving on to number 17. I'll be late. I'll be late. Okay. Let's say you want to inform your supervisor that you're going to be late on a particular day because of some personal reasons. But a better way of saying that would be, I may not arrive on time. I'll keep you updated. I may not arrive on time. I'll keep you updated. Now, informing someone that you'll be late is important, but adding that you'll keep them updated shows that you are considerate of their time and responsibilities. So this is such a better way of saying it. I may not arrive on time. I'll keep you updated. And friends, the last one, number 18 coming up. Number 18, I'm leaving early. I'm leaving early. Better way of saying it, I need to leave early today. I'll ensure all my tasks are covered. I need to leave early today. I'll ensure all my tasks are covered. Now, while leaving early, it's courteous to assure that your responsibilities are managed. The statement shows that you're responsible and considerate of your work commitments, right? So if you tell your supervisor, I'm leaving early, at the same time, when you use this, you're saying, I need to leave early today. I'll ensure all my tasks are covered. So friends, these are 18 basic English phrases which I have taught you how to convert them into business English. Now friends, this was part 1 of the video. Now, if you guys have learned something new, if you found value in the video, please give me a like. Please subscribe to my channel and please do press the bell icon because I keep coming up with videos like these to help you improve your English language skills. And if you want me to make part 2 of this video because there are so many more phrases which you can convert to business English, please do post it in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to make part 2 of this video. Thank you very much and I will see you in the next one.